उसमें से ये 371 की बात हो रही है। एंड द थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ जो है, बाकी 3 फाइनेंशियल ईयर्स में जो कुछ भी रिलीजेस होना चाहिए होते रहे, जो कुछ भी ट्रेनिंग होना चाहिए होता रहा, और ये सब नॉन सीमेंस कंपोनेंट है, ऐसा कहा जा सकता है। क्योंकि सीमेंस वालों का इन्वॉल्वमेंट है सिर्फ जो रेड कलर में सेकेंड ईयर का है, उसी चीज का जिक्र हो रहा है, उसी चीज का CID इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रही है, उसी चीज का ED ने भी पॉइंट आउट किया है, उसी 383 जो कुल मिला के है पूरे साल का, उसी के अंदर जो 371 होता है, और उसी 371 के अंदर 241 का proceeds of crime, which is pointed out by other investigation agencies. So other black, whatever is mentioned, it is totally the funding that state government gave, the funding that state government gave to others, not Siemens, and it is given to several stakeholders, several people who have projected training, and as a activity chalta raha. But we are talking about only the second year, the scam that happened at that time. And why we are pointing out and why we have arrested the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh as a prime accused in the whole story, that we'll explain to you clearly. And why we have written in the remand report that he is the prime conspirator, उन्हीं ने पूरा साजिश बनाया, पूरा रूप कल्पना भी उन्हीं ने किया है पूरा. Why all that? We'll explain. First, so the corporation itself, when they form, this is the section of law we have applied on the accused, and the January 15, 2015 January से March 18 के बीच में ये मनी रिलीज, ये क्राइम होने का विंडो है. सो 2021 में FIR रजिस्टर किया गया, 120B and other sections, as you can see, under the Prevention of Corruption Act also we have seen. And next. Yeah, you go for that cabinet. Yes. Yes, the then Chief Minister and his minister, Labour Minister, they gave a false projection before the Council of Ministers that there is something called 3,200 wala project, out of which 90% is going to come in from Siemens company, and then only 10% we have to invest. Whatever I explained to you. And government, they decided they will set up at 6 places. 6 places, they wrote all that. 6 clusters, 500 and तकरीबन 550 करोड़ का हर एक जगह पर. So that numbers you can see, 6 places, 6 into 550, and so 90% of that 550 is 491, which is shown in the government GO as these are the words used in the GO. And immediately after this GO, there is an agreement. There is an agreement. The agreement that is made is between 3 people, tripartite. The 3 people in the agreement are Skill Development Corporation, the Siemens India Software, and a private entity called Design Tech. तीनों का जो एग्रीमेंट है, इसके बारे में जियो में जिक्र किया हुआ है कि एग्रीमेंट होगा, लेकिन जो एग्रीमेंट के अंदर है, एग्रीमेंट में जो जियो में जो जिक्र किया गया है कि 90-10 फॉर्मूला होगा, ये एग्रीमेंट में नहीं है. एग्रीमेंट में सिर्फ सरकार का जो शेयर होगा वो 330 करोड़ जो हमने आपको दिखाया. So 330 crores is the Sarkar ka share, 5 into 55 plus at each place. So this 330 crores plus 41 crores of GST adds up to what we are talking about as a 371 crore scam. That is what. So the total 90% story, whatever is there, it is not carried into the agreement. So once this happened, Geo mentions overall 90-10, agreement does not mention. And agreement does not mention Geo number, Geo date. Today I was told somewhere that one of the accused mentioned in a press meet somewhere that on the day of signing agreement, power, बिजली चली गई थी. हमने candles के सहारे agreement लिखा था और इसलिए हमने गलती से जियो का नाम, जियो का नंबर और डेट उसमें दर्ज करना हमने भूल गए. पावर कट थी. पावर पता नहीं किस दिन पावर कट हुआ. उसके बाद बहुत दिन पावर तो रहा है इंडिया में. वो डॉक्यूमेंट एक जियो के डिटेल्स एक एग्रीमेंट में कैरी फॉरवर्ड क्यों नहीं, मेंशन क्यों नहीं किया गया. दैट इज द पॉइंट वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेक हियर. So such false things are coming everywhere here and there. That is why the necessity to sit here also and explain to you. The son of the former Chief Minister, Mr. Lokesh, also has been going around and has been telling about the implementation of the whole program. I told you clearly the 5 financial years how the money has come and the corporation has been running, and the lakhs of training and individuals getting benefit and all that employment, that's a running program. We are talking about a particular financial year, the swindling of that amount in the name of a 90-10 arrangement. That is exactly what we are talking about. And the बाकी जो ट्रेनिंग हुआ वो सीमेंस के साथ नहीं हुआ. सीमेंस के अलावा बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं भारत में जो अपने अपने ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स स्किल डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन के साथ किए हुए हैं, and they received the payments. Even all that we are not investigating all that. We are talking only about that particular this thing. And it is easy for them to just mix it up and say that it is part of that. We have लाखों को हमने ट्रेनिंग दिया है and all that. जबकि हमने सेंटर्स खोली है, सेंटर्स आंखों के सामने दिखाई पड़ रहे सेंटर्स, सब कुछ चल रहा है, मशीनरी है, सब कुछ है. जब जहाँ सब कुछ है और CID कहता है कुछ भी नहीं है, what is this? So it's very easy to spin a story, a lie like that. But we are talking about 241 crore, a proceeds of crime, which ED has pointed out, and which the Siemens company as an original entity, they have also done an internal investigation of their company. So I would like to draw your attention to first that flow chart. Siemens, yeah. Amit Sehgal, legal counsel and nodal officer, he gave a 164 statement. See, 164 statements are statements given under oath to a magistrate. So I will show you a list of people who have given their deposition under the 164 CRPC. I have with me the Additional Advocate General of Andhra Pradesh, Mr. P.S. Reddy, and he will also explain to you on the validity and the sanctity of a 164 CRPC statement given by anybody in an investigation. One such person is this Mr. Amit Sehgal. He says that he clearly mentioned in his communication to us, as well as he spoke in favor of the prosecution in his 164 statement. He clearly mentions that the terms in the GO issued for setting up centers and the terms mentioned in the MOU are different. The MOU deviated from the GO and did not mention about the 90% contribution to be made by Siemens. So the accused, Ms. Suman Bose, and did not give complete facts to the management of Siemens legal team. He concluded. He concluded that this individual, see, it is the case of one individual in a local subsidiary of an international company doing a hera-pheri, sitting at Delhi and misleading his own parent company as well as a state government. But then the state government itself, the people who ran the government themselves, had actually designed this project, had actually colluded with them. Let's go back. Mr. Naidu had a personal friend, Illendula Ramesh or somebody, who had actually, who had actually brought up this idea. Where's that? Illendula Ramesh. Yes. The vendors, Design Tech and SISW, they approached Mr. Naidu when he was Chief Minister through some intermediary who was a TDP leader. And then they proposed the setting up of the center. So the way to do it, they was given to by them. And a person who happened to be the auditor of the TDP party, he gets appointed as the auditor of the Skill Development Corporation. That is another important thing. And then another person, Mr. Ganta Subbarao, an industry expert, is roped in and he is given, look at how many positions he is given. Ganta Subbarao. One individual. Just zoom it up, please. Zoom it. This left box, left side box, can you zoom it? Okay, leave it. Sorry. So he holds, he holds 4 positions. Those are the tenures. Between 14 to 19, he is in some capacity or the other, he is there. So he holds what? He is Managing Director and CEO of Skill Development Corporation in 2 tenures. And then he is ex officio Chief Secretary. He is ex officio Secretary to the Chief Minister on behalf of Higher Education Department. He is named as that. Please move it aside. Yes, and he is Secretary to the newly formed department. What is that newly formed department? Skill Development, Entrepreneurship and Innovation Department. It's formed. And then ex-officio Secretary to Chief Minister for that department. And he's Special Secretary to that department. These are the positions occupied, and this is the department that is formed to render the original stakeholder department, the Higher Education Department. So the regular Principal Secretary of the Higher Education Department is totally taken aside. He is given overriding powers, and he is also made responsible to be communicating directly to the Chief Minister's office. So he is the one who proposes release of funds. He obtains the approvals of the Chief Minister, and he circulates to the finance, and he pushes the money out. So he is nowhere reporting to any other parent department. So his department is created exclusively for him. SDEIs, skill development and all that. So this is the way the highest executive of the government has operated and seen to it that within the 3-month window, 371 crores is pushed out of the system. At that time, there was it was purely nomination basis, no tender or anything. Next. Then there was another person. I have shown you two tenures of Mr. Subbarao. His successor, there was one gentleman called Prem Chandra Reddy. He proposed that let us write to some technical body who can certify or something. So that is called Central Institute of Tool Design. So they wrote to him. They wrote to them, and they in turn wrote back trying to certify. Now the irony of the story is that organization was manipulated by this SISW, and they were made to project and justify the 90% valuations, where it is, in reality it is not. So these are the releases that were finally 185 crore, 5/12/2015, 29/1/16, 85 crore gone out. 11/3/16. Look at that. And quick succession between December of 2015 and 31st March 16. Just those closing 3 months of that 15-16 financial year, those 4 releases had gone out. The CITD headed by Mr. Shujait Khan, he clearly says he was not conveyed that an independent valuation had to be done, and he only went by the information being received from officials of Siemens. He just took the information and gave it back in the way they need to make the 3,300 crores picture complete. That is how they did. So what we are asking is, how can a sitting chief minister form an organization without the approval of the cabinet, and after forming the organization, name any individual in 4 capacities, 3 capacities, जैसे लाभ हो जाए वैसे एक ही आदमी को 3-4 कैपेसिटीज में फिक्स किया जाए, फिक्स करके उन्हीं के साथ काम कराया जाए, और फंड्स वैसे जो फ्लो आउट हो जाते हैं उन्हीं के तहत उन्हीं के बोलने पर. Now comes the role of the finance department of the state government. We will tell you the kind of pressure that was exerted on the finance secretaries and others in the department. The finance officers, in their files they openly wrote, it may be referred to planning department whether an amount of 55 crores be given for one pilot, we'll monitor it and all that. ऐसे remarks they had suggested, but then when the file had not been routed to finance before approval of 370 crores was taken, put up specific requirement why additional amount is required. So the finance department officers हर एक बार कहते रहे, 3-4 बार फाइनेंस और उनके बीच में लड़ाई हुआ था, जिसमें वो लोग लिख रहे कि कम से कम एक पायलट हो जाए पहले, या फिर एडिशनल टोटल अमाउंट जितना पूछा जा रहा है उसका जस्टिफिकेशन बता दो, क्या उसका डीपीआर है, कुछ तो सबमिट करो, डीपीआर नहीं है हम कैसे देंगे. This was the tussle going on, and officers have sworn on oath under 164 statement. उन्हीं का बयान के बल पे ये पूरा केस का इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है, और हम लोग रिमांड तक हमने लाया इस इन्वेस्टिगेशन में एक फॉर्मर चीफ मिनिस्टर को, और कोर्ट में हमने पेश किए. जब कोर्ट में हमने पेश किए, उनके डिफेंस काउंसिल की तरफ जब शुरू हुआ, 10 घंटे का आर्ग्यूमेंट चला विजयवाड़ा में. 10 hours of arguments between the prosecution and the prosecution side he led, and the other side they brought another counsel. And at the end of the day, the remand condition, whatever the remand report spoke, the Honorable ACB Court judge accepted the argument of the prosecution and remanded him to the judicial custody for 14 days of judicial custody. Having seen that, we are seeing a continuous tirade of misinformation and justifications and everything. This is not a politically driven case or anything, because just after this I'm going to take you to the year 2018, when the first smoke about this came out. That I'll tell you. उसके पहले हम ये देखेंगे कि 3 या 4 बार फाइनेंस ऑफिसर्स ने प्रोटेस्ट किया. एंड लुक एट दैट, CM has told an opinion. Chief Secretary spoke to me today requesting for immediate clearance of the file. Mr. Ganta Subbarao met me and handed over minutes of meeting by CM. So they hand over meeting. CM साहब ने मीटिंग रख लिए, CM साहब ने मीटिंग के तहत आपको बोल रहा है, इसलिए आप कर लो. Right. Besides this, we will also take them through the 13 and 5. Mr. Ramesh, no, Mr. Ramesh has written there clearly. A noting was made by Dr. P.V. Ramesh. The Chief Secretary spoke to me today requesting for immediate clearance of the file. Ms. Subbarao met me and handed over minutes of the meeting by CM and requested for release of money as decided by CM, considering the decision of CM and CS, orders of CS et para, be implemented. हम क्या करेंगे? Let चलो. He is a serving officer on that day. Today he may be a retired person and he is saying something to the contrary.
This person is arrested?
No. This person is.
He has cleared the file, right?
Yeah.
Whatever noting comes on,
He has cleared.
He has cleared it, right? So you should have said that I will not clear or I will look into it. Why didn't you do that?
He said earlier.
An
No?
officer has an authority to say no because
Yeah.
without
This is the case of officers who use their authority to say no, and the highest executive who vetoed, who is having the authority above them. Okay, the political executive sitting above the bureaucrats, they exerted the pressure with the help of the notings and the files.
party to the crime, sir, by signing whether it did it, whether agreeing to whatever conditions or whatever the instructions given by CM. If he didn't approve to whatever the CM has instructed, either he should have put in his paper
Yeah.
or I will not approve this.
Yeah.
Or he can't just, get away saying that I was.
No, it's not about getting away. It's about the mens rea that is involved in every step and every stage. The whole process surrounding them was fixed. The whole process surrounding them was fixed. They have.
Why PV Ramesh is not being arrested?
Arrest for what?
Because he signed it.
Because he signed with arrest. Huh?
Yes.
No, how can you say that?
Babu Naidu has signed somewhere because
Everyone who is involved
See, it's
in
not-
approving the project,
Yeah.
processing the project, releasing the money,
See-
everyone is party to the crime, right?
No, see, the point is,
So
the
CID has questioned or quizzed Mr. Ramesh?
yes, he has given on the oath, he has given a statement, 164 statement.
No.
DGT is a public sir, that
From the court.
that is statement
Not
is public.
CID,
Yes, yeah.
right?
He has submitted to court.
My question is, whosoever was
No, we'll go to questions first, we'll finish this. Huh?
But you are giving false information, sir. You are
No,
telling
but-
all these things and later you go and you ask and we miss out this point.
Don't miss out, note down.
So,
Let us
Will
go.
you provide the document?
Okay, आप याद रखो, कोई बात नहीं. Next. What is next? Yeah. So this could provide some answer to you. On 13 occasions, the former chief minister, on 13 occasions, he gives approvals. All those approvals are given. Signatures, approvals. All these are approvals given by him. These approvals include forming a corporation, releasing funds to that corporation, approving the agreement, and time and again pushing the postings of people who are necessary there, including one junior officer somewhere, deputy commissioner, deputy of the corporation. That's how the whole thing happened. Now the MD of that corporation, Mr. Ganta Subbarao, was named accused and arrested. And the total arrests and details are also there, we'll show you. The point here is the number of officers involved are many, and the project was conceived and directed by the corporation. Corporation related officers have been arrested. And the whole perpetrator, the principal conspirator of the whole crime was identified in as many months. In the initial stage, 21, when the FIR was booked, it was just a skill development corporation asking CID to investigate into certain money hawala that has happened. And therefore the A1 was at that point of accused the MD. But later on, during the course of investigation and over the period of time, we have identified several, like there are about 13 companies, entities, okay? 13 company entities out of 37. So human accused, हम अगर लिया जाए, 37 minus 13. So 24 human entities. In 24, we have seen that 7 have applied for anticipatory bail and 10 were arrested, the 10th being Mr. Naidu, and not arrested so far 7. On the 9th of this month, we arrested Mr. Naidu. On the 5th of this month, when we served a notice to one of the accused, Mr. Pendiala Srinivas, who is the PA of Mr. Naidu. He has been a government employee serving as Assistant Secretary in the Planning Department now. And he had served for several years under Mr. Naidu. So he was served a notice, and within 24 hours he fled the country. He ran away to USA. That has triggered us to take further action against, in this case, against the accused, resulting in the arrest of Mr. Naidu on 9th September. The person who ran away is Pendiala Srinivas. He ran away to USA and he was a serving government employee and served for very long. He was named accused in an IT raid 2 years ago for being a conduit to handing over cash and doing such hawalas for the former Chief Minister by IT department. We have all the evidence, and last 2 years it has happened. And not only he, but there's certain other people who have done fake invoice generation. Okay? They create fake invoices and they help people who want to siphon out government money. They help them by generating invoices in the name of companies that are not at all related to the area of activity, and then they route the money to the persons intended. So such persons, he is linked. This Pendiala is linked to such people. And one of them is Yogesh Manoj Vasdev Pardasani, who was also served a notice and he ran away to Middle East. So efforts are on to apprehend both of them so that the investigation will go unhindered and that money trail is logically concluded. But the whole issue began in 2018 when the ACB of Andhra Pradesh was given a communication by DGSTI Pune. In Pune, the officers in charge of the GST administration, they found the same 241 crore of proceeds of crime which I have talked to you. The 240 amount they found, and they sent the notices to ACB. They said in their letter, Director General, they said 241 crores misappropriated. They also said 3 organizations are involved.
So sorry, who has misappropriated 241, sorry. Who has?
241 crores is an amount that, I'll tell you how. The GST authorities were approached by certain companies, various entities, asking for what? GST rebate, GST refund rather. So when the GST refund application keep coming, they analyzed and found out that each of them is jostling and trying to achieve the GST refund by saying that they have completed, therefore they have done it and therefore we need the refund. This way, when they found out, they realized that Andhra Pradesh Skill Development Corporation, SISW and Design Tech, 3 companies have funneled out 241 crores. And for the 241 crores, a host of 10 or 20 companies are fighting there to get their refund. That fighting alarmed the GST, and in their total investigation, they have landed on the fact that Andhra Pradesh Skill Development Corporation, with 2 other entities, has brought out 241 crores from their total amounts. And this 241 crores is being fought for the rebate. And they wrote to ACB.
So these companies are related to Design Tech?
Exactly. When you see then the chart, when the moment the chart comes, you'll understand. So they come under the hierarchy of Design Tech. Now these companies, as you said, are the smaller entities. Design Tech, as you said, is the recipient entity. Now इन दोनों के बीच में एक entity है उसका नाम है PVSP Skillar Enterprises.
4 lanes.
Okay? Yeah. Now, if you see this middle, the one at the center, that is an entity that directly received from Design Tech. If you see, 371 is repeated at 2 places. First one is Skill Development Corporation, second one is Design Tech. But then after that, the 241 has been pushed out via PVSP. PVSP acted as the first level for the entire shell companies below. So we can call that as the first level shell company, because they had nothing to do with the agreement which government, which government had concluded with those people. So they were nowhere figuring in the agreement. They come all of a sudden and they receive it from Design Tech. So it is a crime committed by Design Tech of pushing out 241 for purposes not related to skill development. So they would have skilled anybody, any number of people, 2 lakhs employed and this and that. Over the period of years, there is a lot of training that happens. But 241 is our focus. We have come here to tell you about 241 crores proceeds of crime. We as a CID are interested in knowing where the 241 went. We are not interested in knowing how many people were trained, how many trained people are moving around, how many of them go and give interviews, we have employed and all that because of so and so and all. All that is immaterial. Yeah.
So whether the head of Design Tech officials been arrested?
Yeah. The arrested details. Flash the names. Yeah. Vikas Kanvilkar is of that Design Tech. Suman Bose is of the SISW. Pendyala Srinivas is of Mr. Naidu's thing. Both. So both by ED as well as CID, वो slide दिखा दीजिए. दोनों CID as well as this one. You have that? Yeah.
Both ED and CID arrested.
So in this matter, the ED took action, got to know about cycling of the rebate, the GST rebate they were seeking, and indirectly they got to know that
Yeah.
money is.
So there are, see, now you saw 3 entities. You saw already the GSTI, the ED, the Income Tax Department, the CID, 4 government agencies, plus the Siemens headquarter, which came and did their own forensic investigation. What did they say? And that also he is going to explain. So there are 5 entities who have landed upon this 241 figure. Everyone has come, on the radar of everyone is 241. Who are these 5? 4 are government agencies. One is CID, which registered an FIR in 2021. Another is ED, which took off on basis of CID's work. And third is IT, which had always been doing its tracking and which has tracked to Mr. Naidu's PA well 2 years before this thing. And the DGSTI in 2018, much before the whole thing. So, and with our emails to the head office of Siemens AG, Germany, we get replies from Siemens AG that, look, हमको 371 में हमारा ताल्लुकात है सिर्फ 58.8 करोड़ का. वो स्लाइड दिखा.
The 100 crores they have mentioned that Siemens received 100 crores from Design Tech.
It's easy to come to 100. Of that, I'll take you through to reach that 100 figure. How? That table I'll show you. That figure that. No, Siemens in general. See, what she's asking is Siemens. So then we'll again have to talk about which Siemens. So Siemens is 2 now. Siemens India Software based out of Delhi. Siemens AG Germany. One second. 58, see, look at that. Shall I go there? Yeah. Now you see, SISW, 51.44 crores. This 51 plus 7 taxes is the letter written to us by Siemens Germany. What does Siemens Germany say? कि हमने 58.8 crore receive किया है. In return, we have sent software. उस सॉफ्टवेयर में हमारा कोई ग्रांटिनेड या डिस्काउंट या कुछ नहीं है, कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. वो सीधा 58.8 of the counter purchase of software. Okay. let that thing remain, yeah, 1 second. Yeah, so once this 50 fund plus 7 is accounted for, so then there is another Siemens somewhere here, you see, yeah. So setting up this, that, hardware, software, LMS is what, learning management something. So these are the amounts that are in the spending. This is the amount that is taken away from out of this. So 371 minus 241 should be in your mind. You come to 241 is the shelled out. Suppose you take this and add to this. This is about 60 crore. 240 plus 60 is 300. Okay. ये 300 इसमें से हटा दो, 71 है. That 71 is the one that is spent. Let us say spent meaningfully, spent on something. Okay, so spent on skill development, let us say. So 70 is spent on hardware, 60 is spent on software. Whom did they get this from? They wrote to their parent company and got it. That.
Total they have spent, they received only 72.
Who is that here?
51 plus 12, right? Siemens
Yeah.
overall.
Okay, yeah. Siemens Group, yeah. There are two people, no? We have a letter from Siemens AG that all we have to do is with this software. Please don't ask us anything more than that. So this is shown, बड़ा चढ़ाकर इसको दिखा दिया गया है, 2,500 crores. इसी software को everywhere they show. They project it on paper. But where is it? Nothing. Where is the 3,000 crores in this? Where is the 3,300? Government has released. So who is behind this releasing of 371? Unless a force in government releases it. How does 371 go out of the system? Because of projecting it as 3,300. Who accepted 3,300 at the highest level? Who ran the files? How did the project run? That is what we are trying to explain to you.
The budget was set for that particular year was 2015-16, right?
Yeah.
So it was 370 some crore.
Yeah.
So that was approved.
That was the release.
No, this is the
It's easy to understand another way. 5 साल में क्या 5 साल 90-10 चला? नहीं. क्या 5 साल में हर साल जाके 3-3 हजार का करोड़ प्रोजेक्ट की गई है? नहीं है. सिर्फ उसी में प्रोजेक्ट की गई है. जो 383 वाला साल है 15-16, सिर्फ उसी में सिर्फ SW से सिर्फ डिजाइन टेक के साथ ये जो 3,300 crores वाला एलिफेंट प्रोजेक्ट है. बाकी 3 साल देयर इज नो 90-10, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक thousands of crores.
तो आपने फॉर्मर सीएम को अरेस्ट किया है, वो आपने किसके किया है? उन्होंने फंड रिलीज किया है, उसमें इलीगल
Twofold for designing the whole event, conspiracy, principal conspirator, as well as for the end beneficiary, जिसका investigation चल रहा है, and whose end beneficiary also will be traced.
जो फंड जो रिलीज किया है, जो उसमें इलीगलिटीज है, जो 241 जिसको आप ट्रेस आउट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, जो कि शेल कंपनीज के थ्रू जो है,
Correct.
तो आपको अभी तक बेनिफिशियरीज मिले हैं? क्या वो वापस जो है रूट होकर के वापस चंद्रबाबू नायडू या उनकी फैमिली किसी तक पहुंचा है, या आप अभी उसे ट्रेस आउट कर रहे हैं?
ट्रेस आउट कर रहे हैं. दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन दैट आस्क्ड. ट्रेस आउट कर रहे हैं. आदमी को भी ट्रेस आउट करना है. आदमी भाग गया एंड
जो अरेस्टिंग हुई है चंद्रबाबू नायडू को तो आपने अरेस्ट किया है, वो किस ग्राउंड पे आपने किया है? मतलब किसी
for releasing
जो
for
रिलीज किया है, उसके लिए किया है?
for releasing
Sir, however,
as well as
sir, however, the officials were not in, sir, however, the officials were not.
official Ganta Subbar is arrested. What are the officers who are arrested?
Chandra Reddy, sir, Arja Shrikant, Chandra Reddy, those were involved during the undertaking of this entire agreement.
See, Ajay Kalam was he was a special secretary of the higher education, and he was Jain. I don't know why the different names keep coming.
Reddy, Chandra Reddy.
Prem Chandra Reddy was MD. Yeah.
Chandra Reddy was IS who was involved in the undertaking of this entire agreement. Arja Shrikant was that time the MD of skill development.
No, you got it wrong. The term of Mr. Ajay Srikant is much later. You may please check. Yeah. No, we are talking about 15, 16 to 18.
The Prema Chandra Reddy was involved.
As far as Prem Chandra Reddy is concerned, his tenure there.
It is during
Sure.
the undertaking of MD
Yeah.
only, sir.
Yes, sir. He was.
But
Yeah,
you
he was.
question him, but you didn't question him.
He was directed by his boss. Who's his boss? Ex-official chief secretary to CM. We arrested him Why? Because he routes the files, he creates the idea, he moves the whole process within the system. And he directs officers to, he gets officers, he shows officers the signatures of the chief minister and says you have to sign.
So what is the
This is how.
Ajay Kalam Reddy who vetted the project and released the funds? And he
Who
has
vetted
not
her?
been-
No idea.
So you have not investigated that? Are you planning to investigate? Because these names are coming. If you
No,
have come
these are
here-
the names. No,
Sir, you have come here to,
Yeah.
give the facts, Even whatever rumors, even if we have this Ajay Kalam Reddy, Prem Chandra, you just need to clarify with those officials.
Sure.
Who are they, whether they were involved, if at all involved, why didn't the CID investigate them, arrested them?
Why did you
सर
want
CID के ऊपर किसी तरीके का प्रेशर है, कोई पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर है कि हमें स्पेसिफिक एक केस को करना है क्योंकि आप
No, there is no such.
आप लोग पॉलिटिकल इन्फ्लुएंस होकर केस इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रहे हैं?
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. CID has taken up the investigation from the standpoint of a corporation, but it has landed up at the stage of political clearances. At the highest level, when clearances happened, the cabinet was misled. That is why CID has expanded the scope of investigation to convert the accused as number one. When we began, the A1 was Mr. Ganta Subbarao. At the end of 1.5 year, he becomes A1. If we are under pressure, he would have named him A1 on that day only, no? Why will we? We might as well make him A1 to please the political masters or whatever.
So
See,
it's a
the-
tripartite agreement, right?
Hmm.
Between three. From the government side, whosoever signed on that day,
Ah.
approved and released the funds,
Who
whether
did?
they have been arrested.
He's arrested, no? He will give, please, I think it's time for him to tell. If you,
He was not the signatory to the agreement. Were manipulated.
Huh?
You are saying
Chandra
all
did
these
not
certificates-
signatory to the agreement.
You are saying
It
all
was
these
unsigned agreement. I will give that.
he came after.
Never signed the agreement.
So Michael is Mike, sir.
So may first let me introduce, and I beg your pardon that I do not know Hindi, not even one word. I know only one thing. When in my room boy comes, I can ask him, Idrao. I do not know how to let him go. I go to the door and ask back, Idrao. So that much of Hindi I know, ma'am.
I hope you are not hating Hindi.
Pardon?
You are not hating Hindi.
I'm being the additional advocate general. I'm prosecuting the case. I'm prosecuting the case on behalf of the state. And that's why I request you that don't put me any word, and I'm sorry for that. So I beg you, I pray you that if at all you are,
ऐसी क्या जरूरत पड़ी कि आपको यहाँ प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करना पड़ा?
I don't know what you are saying. Again you are saying in Hindi. Let me start, ma'am. Let me start. I'll fill in some gaps and I'll go ahead with that.
Now, why don't you issue the press release? Because whatever you are saying, tomorrow you can say we have misunderstood and we have misreported. We want to-
It will not happen that way. I'll give.
Because
I am not
it's a
saying it
matter
can happen.
that
It can
is,
happen to us also.
yes sir, this is a
There should
matter
be-
which is
there should be
subjudice,
written
sir.
documents
Tomorrow
for the
anything we write, if it is misreported, we are also held.
Yeah, I also responsibility
You
for
give
it.
an official statement, this is what the correct picture.
This is nothing but official statement.
Why you were not developing the Andhra Pradesh place? There,
This is every day. This is a regular routine with all the people. So many meetings. This is exclusive for elite people like you. No, this is exclusive for elite people like you.
आपने सर प्रेस को भी 2 लाख में बांट दिया.
No, would you kindly allow me to say something?
Yes sir.
And please remember that don't
You
put.
clarify on Prem Chandra Reddy.
He was not the MD.
Yes sir.
He never signed the tripartite agreement.
No, he.
They could be next.
No, he was not the MD. I'll say. L. Premchandra Reddy, IAS, Secretary to Government.
Sir, one second. Let me clarify. Someone was asking why Andhra Pradesh press is not allowed. See, both the officers and all of them, they were talking to the Telugu press in Vijayawada. They were talking to the Telugu press in Hyderabad. The other day they spoke to the Telugu press in Hyderabad. Thrice or 4 times they spoke to the Telugu press. So they wanted the national media to be here exclusively.
That's the only
I
reason.
tell you one thing. On your demand, if I allow the Telugu press now inside, you will not be able to talk to them. They will be asking in Telugu, they will be insisting that they should speak in Telugu.
Well said.
So to facilitate you people, we have done this. Please bear with us. Thank you.
But thank you.
My name is Amar. I am the National Media Advisor of Andhra Pradesh government.
Thank you, sir.
So please allow me and don't put me any question in. Please.
Yes, sir.
I'm the,
But sir, at least if one press release, something in the writing you must give to us.
we'll consider that. Being the Additional Advocate General of AP State, I am in charge of the prosecuting this case. Right from the moment that the arrestee was produced before the court on 10th morning, 6, I got associated with the case, not prior to that. At the time of arrest, the state requires the remand that I am being the state law officer, that I was made to attend the court and see that remand takes place. The whole thing is like this, so simple I'll put it, but efficient additional DG spoke so much in Hindi, but I never got a single word what he was saying. One thing, it is a scheme or scam, well devised with skill. It was skill development case where it was so skillfully it was devised. As per, it was so projected to the government, some Telugu leader from, party leader from Telangana went to the then chief minister and projected a scheme like this. And immediately everything was set in place and it was haste post that this took off. This, before the cabinet or before, in the assembly, it was projected that a great company like Siemens is coming and benevolent to our state that they are giving 90% of the project cost free as grant in aid, that out of 3,300 crores. That's more important. The project outlay is 3,300 crores. Siemens is giving free to the state of AP. They contribute whatever in the project of 90%. We have to put only 10%. At this point, I request you just to pause for a moment. Sometime back also I received a message about 1 a.m. in the night to my WhatsApp. You won about $1 million US. I was very happy. By morning that message came. You put it, 10% of that will add together and send it to you. Same scheme, this happened here. If the government, the people were so lured and so tempted that government is, that Siemens is giving 90% free grant in aid, that is as per UMS number 4. This was the decision taken, this was what had been projected by the government to the people of AP and to the member legislatures. That was the scheme. It was so flowery, so tempting, so nice. Yes, leave it. The next, I've seen the agreement that it is neither dated nor signed. As ma'am you asked, Prem Chandra Reddy was signatory. I'll circulate it, you could see it is not signed, not drafted, not time. Not even, not only date and time, not even dated, not even signed. Could you ever come across such an agreement of worth over 371 crores, an agreement not being signed by both the parties? The scheme and scam and the vision could be seen from this. This geo goes the other way. They have to bring it 90%.
It's not been signed by.
None. On this agreement.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Siemens or the government?
Never, none signed.
None of them.
None of them signed on it. On this fig of paper, the state government chose to dole out 371 crores. Do you believe that this happens in a normal way?
Should arrest Siemens officials also?
Yes, we arrested them. We have arrested them. We didn't leave them.
So without signing an agreement, they
The government released 370 crores basing on a small fig of paper. That's the irony here. Please understand. It is your money, everybody's money, and taxpayers' money. It's not anybody's money, any chief minister or anybody. No, none signed none. Yes, only Ganta Subbarao signed.
Chief signatures are also there.
Ma'am?
Chief minister's signature are also
Chief Minister's signature would not be Chief Minister's signature would not be found on this agreement. It can. One more.
Because design Siemens,
Suman Bose. And one more very important thing is that it was apparently projected to the state, to the public, that Siemens is donating a grant, giving grant in aid. No. This was found out for the first time in Pune. when DGST intelligence people were conducted raid on some shell companies where they claimed for remission or whatever for the GST, refund of GST. Then they wrote, after seeing the record, this is not connected with, not concerned with the present state government. This present state government never initiated any proceeding. It is the central government and that organization found out, here look, your state's money, 370 crores had been swindled and siphoned off by these people. That was the letter. Would you want to see it?
ACB of Andhra.
Do you like to see it? They wrote, they gave an alert. They gave a warning. You are unaware because unfortunately it was sent to the then government. It was still in power.
Given a neat burial. From
So it is the central agency. People think that this government has a vendetta for. No, never. This government has got nothing to do with finding a trace of this. And it so happened, they just pushed this letter under the carpet because they alerted the wrong people. They alerted the government who were the partners of the crime proceeds. And all entire files were vanished. No file was there, totally taken off. But how, you could ask me how you got the files. They forgot the fact that these files are shadow files available in finance department. We tried to brag from the finance department. You see, is it a normal thing to happen, ma'am? 370 crores without, just without a date, without anything. Without anything, this was doled out. It was, I could see that here, Ganta Subbarao, no date, no geo number, nothing. Hereinafter mentioned on this day of gap, 2015 at. Could it be possible in a normal way? No. Some people signed on that. It's true. And this government, which is supposed to act diligently, it's not government, it's public money. Did you care and diligence? Bas, give and go by. And the amounts had been released. The whole gamut of the scheme is this. They should put 90% in the whole project. And our contribution from the state is 10%. Yesterday in the morning I heard that the ex-MD of that Suman Bose, Sekhar Bose, was telling that it was this 90% is in the form of what's called not grant, discounts. Discounts, I will circulate this agreement. Could you find as such that the Siemens is giving, GOMS 4, in the form of discount? Please, 1 second, please see it. He said in the morning, no, I'll give it. In the morning he was trying to sanitize. A co-accused trying to sanitize the arrestee. But I could not expect anything more than a co-accused to sanitize the other accused. It is nothing but a sanitization process. Had it been that what he is saying today, if that is the truth, he could have come long back when he was arrested. What is the sudden entry of him, surfacing of him on the ground, from the water?
Immediately after he got bail, you could have decided.
If really what he is saying is truth and correct, if really the state government put it to RDL and harassment, he could have done it long back. A simple answer for it is what made him to surface today. Because he wanted to sanitize. He wanted to give self-certification for the arrestee that had been, a person who had been arrested on 9th. Could you see it? Is it in the form of grant or in the form of discount? If a word is as such, because I've seen in the TV, in my WhatsApp that he was saying that, otherwise I would not mention that. Because I don't want to name any private individuals. It's not my job, it's not my cup of tea. I was baffled when I was taking my food. I just opened WhatsApp. It came. He was making a well-orchestrated speech. It is true, but he has to say that to sanitize the arrestee. And in the process to sanitize himself. It is a two-way purpose. Sanitizing the arrest he recently made and sanitizing himself and sanitizing the whole project, which had a most foul smelling. So, ma'am, mind would be boggled if I just see this one word of internal email communication. That Ganta Subbarao. At least he must be having some conscious, some part of his heart. Equipment worth about 1 crore of rupees was escalated to 250 crores. What is this? He was selling. Please see, this is there with me. Ma'am, I don't think that's not there. See 4. See the 4th. Hardware equipment worth of 1 crore had been escalated to 250 crores. Please understand, it's everybody's taxpayers' money. Yeah, this Ganta Subbarao, he was also feeling. He wrote to, this email was sent on 16th March 2015 at 9:11 a.m.
Satish Kuru, the subordinate of Suman Bose.
Suman
the
Bose.
one working under Suman Bose.
What is it? What is it? 1 crore worth of machinery had been escalated, 250 crores. We have to justify somehow. He was saying, he was pleading with them.
The words are correct, sir. Please read.
He was pleading really with them.
Read it, sir.
Are we not responsible as elite people of the state that this should not allow to be happen? Am I right in saying that? Whose money has been swindled and siphoned off? Can any human brain could conceive the fact that one could do like this? Please, sir, please.
From Ganta Subbarao to Satish Kurup, that means who works under Suman Bose in SIW. So, dear Satish, as part of getting our project justified, we were subjected to the following conditions regarding the proposed establishment of centers of excellence. Whereas we got in principle agreement from the Chief Minister and the Cabinet, we still have to get all the parties to be convinced about the value addition. Can you please provide answers to the following questions that were posed to us? 1. Is this center of excellence meant only for mechanical engineering expertise? The tools mentioned in the proposal are basic tools. How Siemens is related to this hardware? Most of these items are bought out items. 3. Siemens has no expertise on rapid prototyping machines. What is the advantage for us to procure this machine through Siemens? 4th question, the cost of this hardware may be in the range of 1 crore, including the RPT machine. How come the claim is over 250 crores, which is totally unrealistic? What is the basis for giving 90% discount? Is it on hardware also? What is the value addition from Siemens after establishing the center? Is the support valid for lifetime? Are we supposed to pay AMC? What are the domains of training provided? Does Siemens has domain expertise in the proposed training areas? This is all the thing that happened between the MD, Mr. Ganta Subbarao, who was arrested
You can see,
later.
You can take it. Ganta Subbarao.
Ganta Subbarao, who was arrested.
Only one copy you can please share.
So this was the stage at which it was being formulated.
This was the email. Do you expect this government to turn Nelson eye to this colossal loot? As you are responsible journalist, could you say that this government should turn a Nelson eye? That is the state of affairs, that the state funds have been looted, siphoned off to that extent. Please understand. You are the elite of the society. You are the pillar, fourth estate of the society. Please understand that.
So just clarify, sir, this letter was written by Ganta Subbarao
To that cook, sent to
who works under him only.
under Suman Bose.
So Siemens Internet Software, yeah, SISW, Suman Bose.
Suman Bose.
So SISW is dealing with him, and Siemens AG has clarified 4-5 years later that all this thing is bakwas. They got nothing to do with all that, 90% and all that. Hardware.
Is it there in the GOMS number 4 or in the agreement that this contribution of Siemens is in the form of discount? No. Just to sanitize himself, to get out, he found out a way to steal out of all these things. He came out with the fact. Not a single pie, not even 1% had been contributed by Siemens AG. What was the purpose of making this government to dole out 371 crores is that a bait, a lure, that we are giving you 90% of the project cost, about 2,200 etc. crores. Did it come? Did it come? Kindly tell me, did it come? No. No.
So my question is, when the matter is subjudice, why
This all, no, this,
please listen.
please, ma'am.
Why this press conference is being held? Whether CID is competent enough to, talk to people right now when the matter is subjudice, when the Supreme Court has, directed that, media trial guidelines should be laid.
It is not a media trial. This has been started by them, that self-certification, issuance of self-certification to each end, and they try to blame the CID and the present government that they are in vindictive. There is no case at all. They are so vindictive. It was projected in such a way that nothing had taken place in this case, and you people, elect people, will believe that.
So that the court has to decide. It is not us.
Yeah,
But we can't keep quiet, no?
in that case,
In that case, you should seek a gag order on reporting these issues, right?
ma'am, if I go a degree, 1 degree below that, every night they made a sweep. Because I represented the state, I had been trolled in the worst possible way. In the court, the order that had been by the Honorable Court, that ma'am was treated, trolled like anything. Please stand by us.
Who will gag them?
Who could gag them?
How many?
The way that they nag us, the way that they are nagging us, the way that we are bullied, the way that they try to muffle our throat. I will show, just now I show. The most filthiest language, my sin is to represent the state. Please stand by me. Please stand with me. Should I show? Every day they make my family weep and myself weep. I have a right to rebut back. Most filthiest, they put videos. I'll show it now.
So why are you not going to the court and...
Ma'am, they are much beyond people.
Lakhs of people indulge in something. It is better to address them through you.
No.
Because the matter is subjudice.
So that's a different issue. Sorry for
you are
getting
judging
into
us,
my
it's
personal
okay.
details. No, that's not the issue. Issue is that they try to project in such a way. What is the need for the prosecution of the CID to come into? Exactly, I'll answer the question. They try to project in such a way, this government is so vindictive. There is no case at all, no money, no loot, everything. They are projecting before the public that we are dew-drenched perils. And this government is vindictive. They are creating, conducting rallies. So, no, I'm not getting into politics because I'm not a politician. My politics is not my cup of tea. Anyhow. Okay. So, and this was being alerted by central agencies, and Siemens also took note of that, and they gave they made their own internal investigation. They said, we got nothing to do with that. Should you want, I can. And one more thing. Yesterday, I saw some person, whom I don't want to name by person, was before a channel and saying that this project had been evaluated by central government organization. May I read it? The organization name is, what should I say, this Central Institute of Tool Design. It evaluated the project. They said that everything was right. Should I read you a few sentences of that? In that report, this statement was given by Shujiyat Khan, son of Bashir Khan, 64 years, Ramkir, etc., near Citizen Hospital, Nalgonda. Resident of Hyderabad, previously I worked as Principal Director of Central Institute of Tool Design. He is the person who was supposed to evaluate the project. and gave a certification that this project is very good. I mean, escalated. I'll read the one sentence. On 18/3/2016, Sri NVK Prasad so-and-so sent an attachment through an email wherein he forwarded the finalized version of, he himself finalized the valuation report of so-and-so with a request to go through and send back an unofficial statement related. What all he said, he requests only to put in his official letterhead and send it back. I'll read it again. The valuation report was submitted without independently verifying the cost analysis of each component. I simply forwarded the email received from Siemens and also draft valuation report received from NVK Prasad. What all they gave, this is format in which on your letter should be given. I have done it. And at the same time they say that it had been evaluated. And one more para. Further, as far as software is concerned, an amount of 247 crores is indicated as cost per 28 types of software planned in COs. Since we accepted the cost projected by SISWA without cross-verifying the actual requirement. Still, somebody carries this paper and say this project had been evaluated by them. Ma'am, my friends, who assembled in this evening, stand by the truth. You are the watchers for the state public exchequer. No, public.
Sir, did you conduct any physical verification of assets? Did you go to the ground?
Yeah, please.
Skill development
Please.
centers are there or not?
Please. Yes.
They say 200 lab and 40 skill centers already
All with that money, only 15, 16.
That's it.
15-16 साल का पैसे से ही सब कुछ बन गया.
That's it.
बाकी 3-4 साल पैसे नहीं आए.
I'll conclude.
That is the point.
I'll conclude.
I think 15 was
Yes.
15
Huh?
were constructed. 15 were constructed. They were built.
Madam?
See, the point is 15-16 financial year में 241 करोड़ कहाँ गए? That is the subject of the whole story. If it was made with the later 3 years, no? After later 3 years, another 400 crores had gone in. Exactly, that's all. That's all. Point made. Point made. Thank you. Thank you.
The later years, that 90-10 formula was continued or not?
There is no formula. It is only created by Mr. Naidu and
90.
only executed by Mr. Subbarao. That's all.
No 90.
That's the gist of the whole story.
One more thing, sir. These projects have been implemented in other 6 states.
ओके अदर स्टेट्स गुजरात में 85-15 का एक प्रोजेक्ट चला जिसके तहत पूरा प्लांट मशीनरी सब कुछ प्रॉपर्ली इंप्लीमेंटेड हुआ जिसके लिए यहाँ के लोग जाते हैं वहाँ देख के आए हैं लिख के भी हैं लेकिन उस तौर पे यहाँ पर इंप्लीमेंट हरगिज नहीं किया बिल्कुल ही नहीं किया वहाँ पर तो एक्चुअली ग्राउंडेड है गुजरात एक सेकंड गुजरात मॉडल 85-15 ग्राउंडेड इट्स वर्किंग आंध्र प्रदेश 90-10 मॉडल only on paper. What he said, no signatures, nothing else.
They were afraid to do it in Gujarat. They were afraid to do it in Gujarat. Got it, ma'am. What I'm trying to say. They were afraid to do.
All public documents, they are all submitted.
Sir, you said Chandrababu Naidu was the end beneficiary, but do we know anything? Do we have any evidence of the money?
Yes, we will give you as we know more and more.
One sec. Legally, I will answer.
Yeah.
Section 13(2) of PC Act, that is Prevention of Corruption Act. Though we got the trail, it's being led to him. For the present, I'm trying to tell you because I'm not here to disclose. Section 13(2) of Prevention Corruption Act says that I need not be the beneficiary. If I, as a public servant, if I dole out the state largesse to you, still I am liable.
So I have a last question.
He's giving a legal position to you. Yeah.
I have a last question.
Yes.
The Naidu's office, their team, they say that, he was arrested without following the section 17A of the Prevention of Corruption
We'll
Act.
explain.
Was violated,
I will answer.
under which a public servant, with prior approval of the competent authority.
I will answer.
You need to
I know that. I argued that.
DG level rank has to do the investigation.
I'll do it. I will answer, ma'am. I will answer that. Not DG level. It is an officer who is above SDPO, DSP and above. DG level, because He's ex-chief minister. He should be, just to give some, respect to him, we didn't send IO also was there. Just a bigger officer went. Only in a matter of token of respect. Second issue.
Prior approval was taken, sir?
Yes, 17A you were asking. This had been going on through various days. Few days I have been arguing this subject. 17A came through 2018 argument in October. Lies the every statute is prospective, not retrospective.
So the crime was committed before that and the law.
Exactly, ma'am, you are right.
Exactly, you got the point.
Exactly.
You
Ma'am,
get
you don't occupy my post one day.
Occurrence of the crime was before 18. आपका?
The thing is,
FIR.
the case is, when you
हाँ,
are judging now, it will be
फाइल्स कब हुए कहाँ मालूम है, गुम कब हुए कैसे मालूम होता, पहले हो गए 18 में जब he told ना it went the information went to wrong people, तभी से होना शुरू हुआ. ACP was it. हाँ, naturally. Okay, we'll.